Hi, this is David McCann for WebTNG. In this screencast, I want to look at the Chrome Developer Tools and some of the ways they can be used for development and for troubleshooting. I'm going to start out by looking at some of the more standard features and then look at some of the cool things that you might not be aware of. There are several ways to open the Chrome Developer Tools. You can do it from the menu up here. More tools, developer tools. You can press F12, you can press Control-Shift-I, or the way I usually do it is I right-click on the page and select Inspect. When the developer tools open, you have a choice of where you want to position the screen. You can dock it to the left, the bottom, or the right, or you can undock it and make it a separate window if, for example, you have dual monitors and you'd like to open the developer tools on the other monitor. There's some different panels here. We're going to look at some of them. But in the Elements panel, these are the HTML elements on the page. For example, right now I'm selecting the sidebar. If I go down, you can see that the search box is highlighted, and this two-way communication link between the elements in the code here and on the page helps you to identify the HTML element, for example, if you want to style it. Let's do one. Let's change my name here to be red. I'll inspect it. I find here the class is author name. So I copy that. Let's go up into the customizer to where you enter additional CSS, and we'll add that class and change the text red. Okay, let's save that. This is a demo site using the Astra theme, so it's fine if we play around here. The next thing I want to show you is that Chrome has some device emulation built in. It's mainly useful for testing responsiveness. It's not quite as good as actually testing the real device, but it gives you an idea. So here it's got Pixel 2 XL, and you can see this is what the page would look like on that device. Or you can go to an iPhone X. Another setting here is just to set it as responsive, and then you can change here, and you see at the top the size. So if you're testing the breakpoints in your style sheets, this is a way you can test that. For example, if you want to see where the menu changes into the hamburger icon, you can see, okay, it's around 920 more or less. Anyway, so there's the device emulation. We turn that off. The next thing that I want to show you is that Chrome has some built-in tools that often we might have added a plugin for. For example, remember I colored the author name red. Chrome has a built-in color picker. Let's make this panel a little bigger. If you click on one of the color elements, you'll see the color picker. There's an eyedropper icon here, which is when you can toggle that on and off. When it's blue, it's active, and you can use it to select a color on the page. For example, watch my name here. We turn it to the color that we've selected. That's kind of cool. And this is the color palette right here. So if we wanted the red, we can use that. From the theme, we can use that. So that's kind of cool that it has that built-in color picker. You get the hex code and everything. Another thing you might have used a plugin for is to show a ruler. You get to that option here by clicking on these three little dots and going to Settings. And then here's Show Rulers. Now when you click something in one of the HTML elements, you see the rulers along the side there on the top and side. That's another Chrome tool. Once in a while, when you're dealing with the source from a plugin or theme, maybe some CSS or JavaScript, you can find the files that have been downloaded for the site here, but sometimes you'll see that the script is memified and it's hard to read. Well, Chrome has this little prettifier option here. You click on the braces here and it changes it into a readable format. Let's close that. Maybe you want to take a screenshot. If you are inside the elements here and you do Control-Shift-P, it brings up this command menu. Type in screenshot. We can capture a screenshot, what we see on the screen or of the whole screen. So let's do this one. And it's downloaded that. Open it. You see there's the page. So that's a nice way to get a quick screenshot. Sometimes when you've made a change, you're thinking that you need to clear the cache. And when you have the DevTools open, there's something a little different that you'll see. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit so you can see it here. When you right-click on the refresh button, you now have three options: a normal reload, a hard reload, or empty the cache and a hard reload. So that'll help you, you don't have to close the browser or go into the settings to clear the history. This is a nice way to clear the cache quickly. Final thing I want to show you, I've gone to a news site and opened the DevTools. Notice over here we have this red and a number here that shows that there's some errors in the console. My ad blocker has blocked a lot of these things. But you also see here's a JavaScript error, and here's a notice that something was loaded mixed content insecure. When you're working with a WordPress plugin or theme and something's not working right, you can come and look in the console to see if there's a JavaScript error. And often it'll show you which file. This is just from the index or whatever, but sometimes it'll show you which file it's in, and that'll give you a clue which plugin is causing the problem. If you look in the security panel, you see here we have the mixed content. Let's reload this, and here you see it shows us now which of the items is coming over HTTP instead of HTTPS. These two are my Chrome extension, some Chrome extensions. But if you're taking a site to SSL, you can use this security panel and figure out which image or script or something that isn't being loaded correctly. It helps to track that down. So that's the Chrome DevTools. I hope there were at least a couple things that were new and help you in your work. Thanks for watching.